For all your t-shirt needs, check out TeePublic's Killer Selection. Follow the link in the description. Hey, what's up, people? Pizzal here, and by now I'm sure you guys have all heard the bad news that Friday the 13th, the game going forward, will have no new DLC, no new playable maps, no new playable counselors, no new playable Jasons, no new kill packs, no new clothing packs, nada. The Friday the 13th, the game that we have right now is pretty much going to be the Friday the 13th, the game that we're going to have going forward. And it's all because of this ongoing litigation between Victor Miller and Sean S. Cunningham, the writer of the original Friday the 13th and the producer-director of the original Friday the 13th. And I knew that the game would not be exempt from this litigation for very long. The same litigation that has basically put a complete halt to any kind of Friday the 13th television or film-related projects for the time being. So as sad as the news was, it wasn't entirely a surprise to me. However, it seemed to be a big surprise to a lot of people out there, and one that angered them very, very much. My social media feeds on Facebook and on Twitter were absolutely, it was an avalanche of hatred directed entirely at Victor Miller. At one point, F. Victor Miller was trending on Twitter. I saw people threatening his life. It got so bad with all the threats of physical harm to Victor Miller and his family that Victor Miller had to shut down his social media. And I think it's really sad, number one. And number two, a lot of those people who are so angry are really misinformed about this entire litigation. It's not about the fans. I don't know how many posts saying, come on, Vic, think of the fans. Victor Miller, you've screwed over the fans. What about the fans? I met Victor Miller at a convention a few years ago, and of all the Friday the 13th people who were there, of all the guests that were there, period, Victor Miller was without a doubt the most fan-friendly person there. In a time where everybody, irregardless of their standing in the horror community, is charging $20, $25, $30 or more dollars for an autograph and a picture at their table, or sometimes more for the picture at their table, or in some instances they do the whole photo op thing, which to me is, I don't even want to go there. Not a big fan of the photo ops. Victor Miller was charging $10. Victor Miller was also giving out his personal email address to people who were budding screenwriters, saying, hey, if you want me to critique your screenplay, give you some pointers, here's my email address, email me your screenplay. That is unheard of for anyone who is a screenwriter or a published author to ask you to send them your work for them to critique and give you pointers that is unheard of. No other published author or working screenwriter would give you that offer. If you ask them as nicely as you possibly could, the answer 100% of the time would be a resounding no. So this whole thing of Victor Miller's not fan friendly, think of the fans, Victor Miller, you've screwed over the fans. It's not about the fans. This is about business. Without going into all the details of the litigation, essentially Victor Miller wants more money. He feels like he's not been fairly compensated for his contributions to Friday the 13th. On the other hand, Sean S. Cunningham says, you have been adequately compensated, and I'm not going to give you another dime. That's what this entire litigation boils down to. Victor Miller wants money. Sean S. Cunningham does not want to give him any money. If Sean S. Cunningham had just said, you know what, screw it, cut him a check, this litigation would have been over a long time ago. Where are the social media posts saying, Sean, pay the guy? Cut him a check, Sean. Come on, think of the fans. Be fan friendly, Sean. Give the guy the money. He deserves it. He wrote the screenplay. Give him money. I didn't see any posts like that. All the posts were attacking Victor Miller. And I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying there's a good guy or a bad guy in this. It's business. It's business. Sean S. Cunningham, Victor Miller, Warner Brothers, New Line Cinema, Paramount Pictures, all of the above, in their eyes, Friday the 13th is a business. It's about money. The fans are way down on the priority list when it comes to money, when it comes to business. And that's what all this is about. And even though Gun Media and IllFonic have vowed to continue working on dedicated servers for Friday the 13th game and maintenance for bug fixes and glitches and things like that as they present themselves going forward, Friday the 13th, the game is no longer providing them with revenue. How many man hours are they going to put into a project that is no longer bringing them in revenue? The answer to that is not long at all. So even though they've made these vows, I have serious doubts because Friday the 13th, the game is no longer providing them with revenue. They will move on to a new IP that has the prospects of becoming a new revenue stream for them, and Friday the 13th, the game will be left behind. So I really, all the hate that I saw, and not just hate, I'm talking just venomous, just when you're threatening someone's livelihood and or you're threatening someone's, forget their livelihood, you're threatening their life and the lives of their families over a video game. Your priorities are way out of whack, especially when it's not about that. It's about business. It's about dollars and cents. So, read up about the litigation, read up about the case. I think you'll find some very interesting things in that paperwork. For instance, the fact that Victor Miller is the defendant in the case, being one of those, and finding out what the whole, the termination of the copyright and all that stuff. Read into that. That you can go to FridayThe13thFranchise.com. It's all there. Just Google search it. It's all right there. Read up about it. It's not about the fans. It's not about Victor Miller wanting control of Friday the 13th, past, present, or future. He doesn't care. He doesn't want creative control over Friday the 13th. He just wants a paycheck. That's it. And it has nothing to do with screwing over the fans. Again, it's a business. But again, not taking sides, just, I just really found it gives the fans kind of a bad name, I think. Kind of the same way all this, the Kelly Marie Tran from The Last Jedi had to shut down her social media because she was getting sexist and racist comments on her Instagram because she played a character that people didn't like. They were attacking her personally, attacking her sex, attacking her race because they did not like her role in a movie. Fanboyism can be extremely venomous, but it's completely misguided. I think particularly in the attacks on Victor Miller. And it just gives us all, I think, a bad name. So, if you guys have anything that you'd like to add to this discussion, please do so down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the A Buck a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons, Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Craig Farrand, Robert Sobel, Farron Sutton, Jeremiah Lambert, Turi Delamore, Joseph Charlesworth, Grindhouse Grotto, Derek Jana, PB Sam 6, Demon Waffles, Tim Williams, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, and Mr. Bibby 86. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.